Muffed is on. A season that fell short. We'll break down why. This is the Jets 2025 season in review. Muffed!
The 2025 New York Jets finished 3-14, dead last in the AFC East, and extended the longest active playoff drought in the 4 major North American sports leagues to 15 years. Year 1 of the Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji era was a historic disaster. The Jets became the only team ever to rank dead last in point differential, turnover differential, and yard differential in the same year. They started 0-7, finally broke through in a Week 8 shootout with the Cincinnati Bengals, then blew the roster up at the trade deadline, shipping out All-Pro corner Sauce Gardner and All-Pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. The back half was uglier than the front, 5 straight losses to close the year, every one by 23 points or more. A team that got muffed in every phase, then pivoted mid-season into a full teardown.
Now for the team by the numbers. The Jets averaged 17.6 points per game and gave up 29.6, a points differential of -203, the franchise's worst since 2020. The passing game produced an expected points added total of -100 on the season. That's how much each pass play hurt their scoring chances, added up across every snap, and the run game chipped in another -27. The red zone touchdown rate was 13%, 3rd percentile in the entire league. And here's the stat that defines this season. 3 takeaways, 0 interceptions across 17 games, the first team in NFL history to be blanked in the picks column since the league started tracking it in 1933. Once they sold at the deadline, this was a steady, grinding slide, 5 straight 23-plus point defeats to end the year. Now let's talk about the passing offense. The Jets averaged 162.8 passing yards per game with an expected points added of -100 through the air, 16th percentile, and generous given the context. The quarterback room fell apart in stages. Justin Fields opened as the starter, got benched mid-game in Week 7 against the Carolina Panthers, came back and was done after Week 11. Through the first 10 games with Fields available, the passing offense sat at -0.09 expected points added per play, bad but functional. After he went out, that number collapsed to -0.3 per play across the final 7, with 11 turnovers in the red zone touchdown rate dropping from 15% to 10. Tyrod Taylor bridged the gap. Undrafted rookie Brady Cook started the final 4, and the offense averaged just 1.6 explosive plays per game over that stretch. Garrett Wilson is the gut punch. The number 1 receiver was limited to 7 games by a knee injury and still led the team with 395 receiving yards on 36 catches and 4 touchdowns. When your WR1 misses 10 games and still leads the room, the unit got muffed. Now let's dig into the rushing offense. The Jets ran for 123.9 yards a game, which sounds respectable, but the efficiency told a different story. -0.06 expected points added per carry, 13th percentile. They ran a lot, 26.6 carries a game, but they weren't moving the ball efficiently and they weren't finishing. That 13% red zone touchdown rate sits on the run game's doorstep too. The arc mirrored the quarterback room through Week 11 with Fields healthy and pulling defenders with his legs. They averaged 142.5 rushing yards per game. After he went down, that dropped to 97.3, and per carry expected points added fell to -0.12. Boom or bust by quarterback availability. Breece Hall is the bright spot, 1,065 rushing yards on 243 carries, 4 scores, and another 350 yards on 36 catches across 16 games. His rushing yards over expected was +300, meaning he gained 300 more yards than an average back would have on the same carries. The back was good. The blocking and the finishing were not. Next up, the pass defense. This is where the season truly fell apart. The Jets gave up 226.4 passing yards a game and 36 passing touchdowns, and their expected points added allowed through the air was +137. And on defense, you want that number to be a big negative, so +137 is 3rd percentile. Translation, nearly the worst pass defense in football. They generated pressure on just 20% of dropbacks and registered 26 sacks all year, 6th percentile. The headline that will follow this team into the history books: 3 takeaways and 0 interceptions across 17 games. The first defense shut out of interceptions for a full season since 1933. For a head coach hired specifically for his defensive background as a former NFL defensive back, that's the most damning stat on the page. The midseason trade of Sauce Gardner only accelerated what was already happening. The unit was collectively muffed.
In the run defense, the Jets allowed 140.9 rushing yards per game and 20 rushing touchdowns, with an expected points added allowed of plus 17.7, 22nd percentile, well below average but not the unit's biggest problem. Per carry, they allowed plus 0.03 expected points added, meaning every handoff against them slightly improved the offense's scoring chances. Steady floor, low ceiling. The bright spot came in short yardage. A couple 4th and 1 stuffs against Buffalo Bills running back Ty Johnson stand out as the group winning at the line. Across 17 games, those moments were exceptions.
The run defense didn't lose this season, the pass defense and the lack of takeaways did, but it didn't drag the team out of any holes either.
Muffed!
The 2025 Jets season MVP is Breece Hall, 1,065 rushing yards on 243 carries with 4 scores, another 350 receiving yards and a rushing yards over expected of plus 300, meaning he gained 300 more yards than an average back would have on the same workload. The thing that has to change before anything else, takeaways. 3 on the season, 0 interceptions across 17 games, 3rd percentile in the league. Red zone finishing on offense at a 13% touchdown rate is the close second. That's the Jets 2025 season. 2 things before you go. 1, if you want this every week when the season kicks off, subscribe to the Jets feed wherever you're listening. 2, if you want the same treatment for your fantasy roster, head to muff.ai and we'll build you a custom weekly show. That's the wrap.